بالميامين هداتي من بني هاشم بخاتم النبيين أخي الوحي أبي.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to our weekly program, The Great Trust. Our religion, Islam, is a complete way of life. It has guidelines and instructions for each and every aspect of life and for each and every individual. And without doubt, behind every act of Islam, there is wisdom. In our last discussion, we saw from the viewpoint of Quran and Ahlul Bayt the crucial role in the upbringing of children. And I won't be wrong to summarize our duties during this age frame of 0 to 7 in two short and sweet words, that is love and play. That's all what our children need during that age frame. In a research that was conducted by a child psychologist, a question what the parents keep posing is that during this crucial age, should we just let the children play? Just let them play and nothing else? And so when do we teach them? So the research that was carried out, the answer to that was that no, when the child plays, he's automatically creating or developing his imagination, and with it, his physical, cognitive, and emotional strength is also strengthened. So definitely now it is proven the wisdom behind the words of Islam and our Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. To learn more on this very important topic, we will welcome our Alima Razia Batul Najafi to the studio. Assalamu alaikum, dear Alima. Thank you for all your information that we've been getting all these past weeks. We would like to now, since we have proven the wisdom of Islam when it says that you should just play with the children, let them play and play with them and give them all the love and respect that you can during these first crucial 7 years of life. We would like to move on to maybe a next point, because you mentioned that playing, letting them play is also important. What, according to Islam or Quran, do we have regards to playing with the children?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In Wasail al-Shia book, which is one of the very authentic book, whole one chapter is about la'ib and play, and even they said babu istihbab al-tasabi ma'al walad, like this playing with children is mustahab, it is recommended. It is one of the ibadat, best worship. Why? Because our Prophet and A'imma alayhimus salam, they used to do it. So whenever we spend time with our kids, we should think that we are doing the same, action, like how we are when we are praying namaz. Sometimes we feel that we are pronouncing Surah Al-Hamd the same way our Ahlul Bayt and ulama, and they pronounce and they recite, and we are doing the same action. So here so many ahadith and Wasail al-Shia is saying that giving time to child and playing with children is mustahab. That's why we have to take out the time. Like our Prophet, if he is like playing, not only with Hasanain alayhimus salam, but also with other kids, the other children, Madina's children, and as I told you the story, then whenever he used to come back from his journey, so how much children miss, so that's kind of thing. And then we have so many ahadith. That's why our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's saying, man kana indahu sabiyun falyatasabu lah means if you have a child in your house, you have to change your mood, you have to change your behavior complete, like how we do child-proof house, materially, and the
physically safe for the child,
so like that ourselves, we have to change our habits and our attitude and everything according to the child. And I have to act childish with my child. So if I'm making myself a bit lower because of my child, so Islam says that automatically child will give you respect and he will act to be like you. Like that is our wish and our dream, that my child become more respectful and more like personality wise, we want to, like he looks like a gentleman, and so Islam says if you give the respect, the love, if you show, if you express, definitely he will express the love and he will listen. The key of they said this is a key point, that if you want your child to obey you, The only way is to give him love and respect, and the one of the giving love and respect is to play. And I love to say this hadith because usually we parents, we know about the hadith and saying of Ma'asumin, that how much sawab and reward is for children if they look and sight on us as with love and with respect. They said for each
for the child to look at the parents'
yes,
face, there's a reward of looking at the Kaaba or
Kaaba, and even Hajj.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why the companion he asked to Rasulullah that if I look 100 times a day, even though
will I still get the reward?
So here our Prophet is saying again, so beautiful hadith, he's saying nazarul walidi ila waladihi hubban lahu ibadah. From both sides, like
so it's even a reciprocal, right?
even me as a mother or father, if he looks, if his sides towards his child is act of worship, and it is ibadat. So if we know that this is ibadah, this is the character of our Prophet, and we have to take out time, how we give time for namaz and for other zaruriyat ad-din and other wajibat, we should take out time for this wajib. And that's why that's hadith again, julusul mar'i inda ayalihi ahabbu ilayya min i'tikafi fi masjidi hadha. This is hadith of Prophet, like he's saying, like sitting and spending time with your family and with your child and playing with them is more beloved in the eyes of Allah, more than i'tikaf, not in ordinary mosque, not in like the best mosque of your country or your city. No, the best of the best, which is the Masjid Nabawi. Like that is our dream, that we go there and we do
there, right?
Like how many people they come to Masjid Jamkran to spend one night.
Right.
So if we spend 3 or 6 nights in Masjid Nabawi, so how much good feelings we will have. So sitting and spending time, giving time to our household and especially to children is like that. So why this all emphasizes what it shows, like I feel sometimes sorry for my Prophet, for Aimma alayhi salam, that like in different way, in different wordings, and different way of expression, they are keep telling us, they are emphasizing, they are insisting that please give time and make it very crucial in your life, give it important, this topic, like
make
this,
it a part of your timetable, that you do give time to your children, and not just whenever you have the opportunity, but make sure you do take time out, especially for them, because obviously it's an ibadah, it's an act of worship.
Of course,
Sure, it definitely shows the wisdom of Islam again, because I've been thinking of wisdom these past few days, that the wisdom that Islam has put in playing or giving the family the time. And now we see people elsewhere, in the West, they sort of regret when their kids grow up and they had not given them the due time that they deserved in their life. They're in a loss, because obviously you've lost those golden moments of your life that won't come back again.
Definitely. That's why we can't just experience and spend our time. No, like we said, we can't get the time back. Definitely. That's why this topic and all the topics related to our spirit and soul, there's no qadha of it. So that's why we can't if a child gone, then we can't get it back, that very like precious time
that's gone. You can't reverse it back, you can't bring it back. Sure. So that was about play, and that very bothering question that parents usually ask, if you let, because it's a hadith of Imam Ali, that if you should let the child from 0 to 7 just play, he's a master. So if you just let the child play or just have fun, then when are you going to teach them, discipline them, or inculcate the Islamic values into the child? Because that's again the crucial time, right? His brain is ready, it's ready to achieve or receive anything that comes to it. It's a fresh mind. So how can we what does Islam say about training children in terms of religious training?
Yeah, well, we have said before too that nothing of this 3 stages which Islam has teaches us, that was 0 to 7. 7 to 14, it doesn't mean from 7 to 14 there's no time for play
time
at
for
all.
play,
Yeah,
okay.
so that means 0 to 7, if there's most of the time on we should child should spend on play, that it doesn't mean that just play. Like everything should go very like politely,
Harmoniously,
calmly.
balanced,
Yeah,
right.
most of the time definitely with play you can teach everything. That's why like I love to share again this hadith which shows this hadith is as example our 6th and our 5th, both Imam Baqir alayhi salam and Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. We have this hadith from both of them, and they have said that when your child become 3, in the age of 3, teach your child La ilaha illallah 7 times. The 7 number, we have
We
discussed a lot.
emphasize
Yeah,
since
so
the
much
beginning,
7,
right.
7 we have in our religion, and we have said many times that what is the wisdom behind it. Yeah.
right.
So 7 times, if you say La ilaha illallah, then leave the child until 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, and this whatever our Imam has said, it's proved by psychologists, because even psychologists say after 3 child is able to pronounce whole sentence, like he can say La ilaha illallah, and even it start the teaching of religion and spiritual teaching, it start straight after birth. As we know, we are saying azan and iqama. So why we are saying if we can't understand everything? So definitely there are some some effects are there which we can't see it, we can't
Comprehend
feel
it,
it,
right,
yeah,
yeah.
comprehend it. But when we say La ilaha illallah, it doesn't mean just La ilaha illallah, because definitely about the hadith which says that if a child cries from first month till
right.
4th is equal to like he's saying La ilaha illallah.
Right.
Yeah.
In his crying, he's actually
Yeah.
witnessing.
So
that.
I don't know what does it La ilaha illallah means. Like it needs a lot of ponder and think and
Reflection on it,
reflection that
right.
how we should think that the thing which it comes in our mind is La ilaha illallah, the cries of child means even he is saying La ilaha illallah because he knows only Allah, nothing else. It's his first, 4th month of his life, yeah. And the second thing is for parents, because as hadith says, if a child gets sick, yeah, so the Allah will remove all the sins of his parents, yeah.
right.
So whatever happens to child, we will get the sawab, because we are suffering too, we are getting worried about it too. So here when child cries, so Allah is giving the sawab of La ilaha illallah, saying La ilaha illallah to parents. So it's equal to saying La ilaha illallah even because they are hearing La ilaha illallah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why we should talk like this. We as a Muslim, like we should say, your how much your child say La ilaha illallah at night. Like how
Right.
mothers they ask, your child sleeps well or not, or
right.
cries or not. So we should ask, he sleeps well, or he said
Recites
whole night La ilaha illallah. So La ilaha illallah, because like Imam Khomeini, Fatima was his daughter-in-law. She came to Imam Khomeini and she complained about her child, and she said they are so active and naughty, and there's no time for study for myself. So Imam said, Fatima, you don't know what kind of opportunity you have, how great you are. Allah has given you this kind of trust and amanat and beautiful blessings in your hand. You are a mother. I'm ready. After revelation of Iran, he said, I'm ready to give my whole sawab and reward of my ibadat to you, and take this all struggle which you are doing myself. So here it shows that if child is crying a lot, or giving this kind of some problems in our life, so how much sawab we are getting. That's why the hadith says that once a companion came to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, and he wasn't looking fresh. So Imam asked that, what happened to you? Why you couldn't sleep all night? He said, my child was crying. Then he said, I have heard from my fathers, and they said that our grandfather Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that first 4 months is equal to La ilaha illallah, second 4 months is equal to Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, and last 4 months is dua and praying for walidain. They are crying is praying for walidain, for parents. So we don't realize it. We should thanks to Allah that we have kids.
Such an opportunity, right?
And if we know all this sawab and ibadat, we love to have minimum 12 kids, inshallah. Really, because it's a shortcut to go towards Allah, heaven, and this is our Jannat and Qurbat and nearness to Allah and everything. And then Hadith, what Hadith is saying? Hadith is saying after 7 years, when child cries is equal to astaghfar again for parents. They are seeking forgiveness from Allah for their parents. So and then Hadith is continuing and is saying that until they become baligh, in their bulughat age. After bulughat, whatever they do, parents will get all the sawab if they do good deeds. If they do some bad deeds, because after they fulfill their responsibility, nothing parent will get. No azab for parents.
So it's one way here.
Yes, one way. If they have done, because Hadith always says 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21. After 21, if you have done whatever you could do it, like
to your best level.
Best level, then nothing is there because you have done your job.
You fulfilled to your level.
Yes.
Okay, Alima, sorry, we'll have to cut you for now because we have a short break coming up, but we'll get back to you soon. This is a very interesting point, so our viewers do stay in tune, and we'll get back after a short break.
إلهي بالميامين هداتي من بني هاشم بخاتم النبيين.
So welcome back, our viewers, and before the break we were talking about the way that the children express their belief in Allah and the Prophet, and by the means of crying. And so the cry has a very meaningful background to it. Okay, so we'll get back to our Alima and continue from where we left before the break.
I think after listening this hadith, none of the mothers or parents could hit or get
angry, upset
with the child if child cries. So we should be thankful to Allah, but definitely there will be some reasons. So that's why in Tibbur Riza they said that if a child cries a lot, so the Surah Kahf, ayat number 11 and 12 is the best. If we put this ayah as a ta'weez with a child. فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا ثم بعثناهم لنعلم أي الحزبين أحصى لما لبثوا أمدا. So beautiful ayah. If we go through it and read the tafsir and commentary on it, then we will get more effect from it, inshallah, more nur and light. So we were talking about the hadith of our fifth and sixth Imam. Imam is saying that from age of 3 you should teach your child La ilaha illallah politely and very gently, because from 0 to 7 the religious teaching should be very, very gradually and step by step, take it very calmly and easily. This is the example our Ma'sumin alayhi salam they are giving. It doesn't mean just teach La ilaha illallah, nothing else. Definitely it means like La ilaha illallah, like whenever they get, even by our action we should teach them the presence of Allah, and we can say like do this because Allah gets happy, and Allah is watching and he loves this kind of act. So keep Allah because he is very, very near to Allah, because child has born by birth knowing Allah, about the monotheism and about the Tawheed. And recently I got this email from my friend that they said there has been a beautiful research about some children, according to Oxford University and some scholars. They said that some professor, they said that if you put some children in just like jungle or in desert and no other influence of other environment like human people, then you will get that they seek help from some power and some personality which is unseen and which is no physical appearance and everything, like not they never ever worship
One
idol,
item
and
or
they
single-
they start to worship a
The sun
moon,
or
the
the
sun or
moon,
the
right.
moon. That all things are unseen. Yeah, that
untangible,
is
right.
so beautiful, like how this research is saying too. Like we know, alhamdulillah, from our Quran and Hadith, but this is saying, this is proving again our Islamic teaching. So after age of 3, I said when the age of, in the age of 4, teach your child Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam 7 times, then leave it. Then our Imam is saying the age of 5, ask your child about the direction of right and left. If he knows about left and right, then tell him to sit towards Qibla, towards Kaaba, and do sajda, prostrate to Allah. Because this is hadith. Hadith says that our Prophet, most of his time, he used to sit towards Kaaba. Like in his whole 63 years, most of the time he was towards
Facing
Kaaba,
the Kaaba.
facing the Kaaba. So it's so beautiful.
So that's an ibadat in itself. It's to sit facing the Kaaba.
Yeah, how much energy and nur we get,
You can
you know.
get, right.
So we can show by our amal, by our action to child, like whenever we are changing and making setting of our room or in a house, we say let put computer table in this side because this was Kaaba, bed this side, it looks nice, we will get it's so many matter we have about what is the benefit of facing Kaaba. Inshallah we can discuss later on. And then in the age of 7, they said teach them to just wash his hands and face, and then tell them to do sajda and ruku. Look how Islam is
Gradually
teaching.
it's
Yeah,
going,
very gradually. This is the beauty of Islam. Islam wants to indulge and put and install that love of religion and ahkam and rules of Islam.
Looking at the capacity of the child, how much he can take at a time or how much he can understand.
Exactly, yeah. Then when he will reaches to the age of 9, when he will complete the age of 9, then order him and teach him proper wudu, complete wudu. Before that it's not necessary, but if child can, he wants to learn, then teach him. It doesn't mean then again that okay don't teach wudu at all, don't teach him so many surahs at all. No, it doesn't mean.
It depends on the capacity of the child, right?
Capacity and the environment, and don't force him. By force, this only you can do, like by planning that at least they have to know this
right?
much, and not in this much means like the concept of nabuwwat, the concept of tawheed and everything. And then they said in the age of 9 you order him to pray namaz. If he doesn't after all this
Gradual steps,
yeah, then you can punish him. Islam says
So
that
it's
time.
the age of 9 that
Yes,
the child is expected to
yes,
start praying.
start.
But if it's a girl, then obviously a little sooner, maybe a year or two
yes,
sooner.
yes,
Right, because
definitely.
by age of 9 they have to start praying. Okay, so these were the guidelines of Islam on how to teach religion to a child, or to teach anything, I think, for that matter. Because even in schools, when the child goes, they have gradual learning. They start with just play, and then phonics, and then words, and then reading. So it's just a gradual building up to a concept in later
Exactly,
lives,
yes.
right? Okay, so Alima, we've been talking about what to teach the children and what not to. Just a question usually parents ask, should we let the children know about the concept of punishment and reward, that is of heaven and hell? Because if you don't, then how will they keep away from bad actions like not sharing, or maybe stealing other children's toys, or doing some things that are bad to start with? So should we give them some concept of punishment or heaven, or heaven and hell?
Yeah, according to Islamic teaching, they said in the age of 0 to 7, it's not recommended to talk more about hell and Allah's punishment, it's better to talk more about Allah's, like good tidings, mercy, all the attributes of the beautiful attributes of Allah, Jamali Sifat, Wadud, Rahim, and all this. Not about aggressive Sifat like Muntaqim, he will take a revenge. And but if you want to punish them, then we can say like, don't do this, otherwise you will miss Allah's mercy. You will not get the Jannat, the heavenly blessings, just like that. The age of like 4, 5, 6, then after 6, 7, gradually we can talk about the fire of hell and everything.
Because they are given these concepts in school. If they are not being obedient, that the teacher does give them a type of a punishment, like a thinking chair that sit in the corner, some things like that. So they are exposed to a minute form of punishment, but we should not expose it from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes, because they are so in very, very young age, so they will get a bit uneasy and confused and not comfortable about Allah, and then they will have very wrong picture of Allah. That's why, because how we said that we should put the love and love and love in the beginning, especially they said from in the first year of life of child, they need more love, like they can understand everything, that how we are dealing with them. So this whole age, they are suggesting us religious scholars that if we don't talk about the
negative concepts. Sure. With this, our viewers, we would like to wind up our session for today, and just a review of what we learned today. A few points on why play is important and how the play should be. That is with the parental involvement most of the time, because it's an act of worship. So the parents should not feel that we are losing out on our worship time or our work time, because they are getting sawab or reward for every second or minute that they spend with their child, playing with them. And secondly, the guidelines of Islam about implementing religion in them, step by step, gradually, that there is no force, there is no force on the child's capacity, on his capability. So following his mental capacity, we should introduce our religion to them. With this, we would like to say Khuda Hafiz to all our viewers. Hope you have learned, and we'll get back to you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.